So last night I was talking to someone very close to me, and we were debating if evilness has a right to exist on this planet. And I have concluded that yes, it does. And the reason that I say that is because if this place really is a school and it's a place that we get to learn from and come back to once we die, there has to be a driving force that flows through this world that compels people to learn from mistakes and learn from suffering. That force, I think, is suffering in general. I think we need suffering to improve ourselves and to become the thing that our soul kind of always intended to become. But we all know that this country, at least this entire world, is ran by very sick, disgusting 1% elites that like to, like little kids and also do other things, run horrible pharmaceutical companies and put poison in our foods and send millions of dollars to certain countries. Billions. But that's besides the point. We know that those things exist. And I've met a lot of people that drive themselves sick and crazy and to a state of obsession about trying to find the truth and explore these secret, esoteric truths on this planet. And you have that conspiracy theorist friend that just absolutely drives themselves sick, and that's okay. I've been there, but I've learned that at some point you have to let go. At some point you have to surrender, because evilness has a right to exist. And if there's a duality, and I mean, as cliche as it sounds, without darkness there is no light, and so we need darkness. I wonder to myself if a lot of people have ever considered the idea that perhaps we need to be in shackles. Perhaps we need to be enslaved. Perhaps this place needs to be unfair and imperfect and wrong so that it can be right. If we don't have shackles, there's nothing to break away from. And if there's nothing to break away from, there's nothing to achieve. If we had utopia here on this planet, if this place was heaven on earth, then there would be no point for another heaven to exist. So, I think goodness will always survive. Goodness will always prevail. Holiness and righteousness, taking someone beneath you under your wing and protecting them, will always exist. But so will evilness. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think if this place really is a school, there's nothing to learn from if it was a perfect recess all the time. If it was truly just for us to lavish ourselves and enjoy ourselves, there's simply nothing to learn. And I do agree. I think that we should uncover the truth. We should have an internal apocalypse, a revelation, and we should reveal the darkness that is surrounding us. But I don't think it should be our sole drive as humans to make ourselves sick over it and to believe that it can be completely eradicated forever. I think we're missing I think we're missing the point of this planet if we truly think that we can create a utopia on it. And I understand the need, the want to spread the news, spread the good news, spread the bad news, and reveal the truth to society. Like, I can understand the need for that. However, to make yourself emotionally sick it's not the way. You have to let people have their own spiritual paths and their own spiritual revelations. I mean, some flowers are not meant to blossom. They're just not meant to blossom. Some flowers are always meant to be closed, and it's not your spiritual duty to rip it apart and open it. I think you really should only try to do that for yourself and for the people that you care about and you love. And also, this certain close person is getting into Vedic scripture, and that's amazing. But what I was trying to say is, I think that the one lesson that you can learn from Vedic scripture is that you need to surrender. You have to let go. You have to believe that all things are flowing down a river, and that we must just accept that we were born in that river. We have been born going down with that current, and we must flow with it. We have to surrender. And I think that's where you find your resistance. I think the true resistance is understanding that evilness has its place and it has its right, and it deserves to exist, because without it, we simply just would not have anything to reach higher to. So yeah, that's it.